Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. My name is Marv Fox Jr. This has become the podcast. How do you become anything you dream, you declare, you commit, and success is your next breath. So I'm watching Summer League with my son, and he says, "What are you going to talk about?" I said, "Well, I want you to sit here and just listen." So Wednesday. So Wednesday, I'm in the gym, and let me go back. Just a second ago, I posted something on Instagram that was inspired by what took place on Wednesday. So I'm in the gym with my boys. It's only 3 of them, and they do some core work. And a lot of my core work requires a lot of shoulder stability. You know what I'm saying? So when they do their core work, we're always incorporating shoulder stability. And so I'm really taxing the shoulders, and they're doing, arm exercises, core stability work, shoulder press, all a whole bunch of stuff. And so then I asked them to go dribble, right? And so they're pounding the basketball as hard as they possibly can, and then eventually I asked them to shoot. And all of a sudden they can't shoot. The basketball's coming up short. They can't control the basketball. It's left, it's right, so on and so forth. And so as the workout goes on, I see frustration starting to set in. Normally they do a good job of, taking shots, make or miss. They're really good. They're really good about maintaining their composure, maintaining their confidence, and eventually getting into a rhythm. But this day in particular, I could see the frustration starting to set in. And I told him, I said, "Would you rather miss shots in the gym or not miss shots because you're not taking shots at all?" Basically saying you're going to be better off in the gym missing shots, right, versus not shooting shots at all. To take it to a higher level, you'll be better off doing bad work in the gym. You'll be better off doing bad work, not stupid work, work that's not efficient, as opposed to not doing any work at all. So the fact that you're in the gym, you're putting in the work, you're getting in the conditioning, you're getting in the reps, you're developing the muscle memory, you're jumping, you're running, you're stopping, you're going, you're shooting, you're dribbling, all of that stuff, you're going to be better off even if you're having a bad day in the gym versus not doing anything at all. And so that led to this concept of putting money in the bank, right? Which led to today's post, which led to today's podcast. So just want to give you this quick concept. I was basically telling them that when you work out, it's like putting money in the bank, right? Every rep, every shot, every hour, every time you go into the gym, you put money in the bank. And what happens is when you put money in the bank, just like putting money, real money in the bank, your money hopefully increases, and you can save some money, and that money that you saved in the bank allows you to live however you want to live, right? And do the things that you want to do. And so I said there's going to be times in life when you can survive off of whatever you have in your pocket, right? So there's going to be some times when the moment only requires what you have in your pocket, maybe even less. And it's nothing for you to put out $5 to $10, $15, $20, so on and so forth. It's nothing for you to pull out a little bit of money. But there's going to be some times when the moment is really, really big or really, really expensive. And in order for you to pay for whatever it is you want, in order for you to do whatever it is you want, to get whatever it is you came for, whatever it is you want, you have to have enough money either on you or in the bank to get whatever it is you want. So those times where you simply don't have enough on you, but you have enough in the bank. And that's what those reps resemble, right? That's what those reps resemble. So there's moments when you're going against a big time competitor. There's moments when you're going against a deficit. There's moments when the stakes are really high. There's moments when you've been performing in front of a few people, and now that few people has turned into a larger amount of people, right? And now the pressure is on, you're nervous, you're anxious, there's more at stake, whatever the case may be. All these different things that can bring about a lack of anxiety, stress, a lack of confidence, whatever the case may be, whatever those moments are, those moments can be equivalent to expensive moments. And so there's times when the moment requires $20 and you have that on you, but there's sometimes when that moment might not require $20, it may require $200 or $2,000, right? And so now you have to ask yourself, do I have that in the bank? Now, some people have that in the bank. Some people, they can easily go to the bank and get what they need, but some people don't. Why? Because they haven't been putting in the work. So there's those moments when you want to go to that next gear. You want to go to that next level. You want to be able to rely on something. What can you rely on? Whenever your game is not popping off, whenever your game is not what it needs to be, and you need to take it to a next level, do you have another gear? Do you have another level? Can you go to the bank and get out that extra, that whatever you need so that you can pay for whatever it is you want? Some people can't. Some people can. And you could look at people who carry a lot of money on them, right? You can look at people who work really hard, but they carry a lot of money on them, right? And you can make that one type of person, or you have that person who carries exactly what they need on them. Again, all these people have money in the bank. They got what they have tons and tons of money in the bank because they got tons and tons of reps. They spend tons and tons of time working on their craft. And so you have some people who only carry enough, right? And then you have some of those people who will only give you, they will only, what's the word? Flash. They will only brag, or they will only kind of, show their wealth when they have to. You look at somebody like, I was listening to Nas's new album, and he says that he started walking around like he didn't have any money, like walking around as though he didn't have any money became an obsession, because all of a sudden to walk around with all the bling and all the flash became kind of boring. So you have some people like Nas who have tons and tons of repetition, but they don't feel the necessity to show you every single time. Right? They don't feel the need to show you every single time, but there are times when you need to shut your critics up. There are times when you need to perform on a higher level, just to make sure that everybody around who's questioning your ability, who's questioning your fire, who's questioning your legacy, you have the ability to say, listen, when I want to, I can. Same thing as Jay-Z. Jay-Z doesn't walk around like he did when he was in the mid 2000s or the 90s. You know what I'm saying? He's a lot more subtle. He's a lot more under the radar in how he shows off his wealth. You know what I'm saying? And so he has so many reps in the bank, so much money in the bank, that it's not fun to show it off. So now it comes at a point in time when he only shows it off when necessary, when it's appropriate. You know what I'm saying? When maybe the scene or the moment calls for it, then he brings out the big guns. And that's when you say, man, here's a guy who at 40 years old, who's been rapping since the mid 90s, can still go to another gear, go to another level, and bring it on the highest level. So all that being said, I ask you, how much money do you have in the bank? How much do you have in the bank? Can you go to another level? Can you go to another gear? You know what I'm saying? Are you the type of person who likes to flash and likes to brag and likes to show it off every day? Or are you a person who likes to be conservative and only show it when necessary? Either way, it doesn't matter if you like to brag about it, as long as you got it. If you want to be Floyd Money Mayweather and you want to let everybody know you got it, cool. But you better be working for it, right? Because if you're gonna spend it, you better have some more money reps in the bank. Same thing. If you wanna be chill, that's fine too. But just make sure you got it in the bank. So again, this is not about money. This is not about money. This is not a podcast about finances. This is a podcast about repetition. And are you working on your craft? Are you enhancing your genius level talent? Are you enhancing your knowledge? Are you enhancing your instincts? And when the moment calls for it, can you go to another level? I'll let you answer that. So if you go to Instagram and check out the post, I mean, it's a 1 minute post, but this post basically is that, just in a more consolidated form. But that's it. I hope that makes sense to you. It's food for thought. And that's why you work out. You work out so that when the moment becomes bigger than you, when the moment becomes expensive, you have enough money to pay for whatever it is you want, and whatever it is you want under that moment, whether it's fame, whether it's victory, whether it's recognition, whether it's respect, whatever the case may be, you want to get out of that moment what you want. And so you have to have enough reps in the bank that translate to cash in order for you to pay for it. I hope that makes sense. I'm signing off. My name is how do I say it? Greatness lives on the edge of death. I'm not afraid to die. I will fight for my dreams. I will celebrate my dreams, and I will die for my dreams. Thoughts are things, and everything starts off as a thought first and springs from a place of mindfulness and clarity. My name is Marv Bikes Jr. How much cash and how many reps do you have in the bank? And I'm done.